What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. The most anticipated fight of the year is going down this weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM Conference Room, aka the Bubble. When pound for pound, top fighter Vasiliy Lomachenko versus young rising champion Teofimo Lopez. Vasiliy Lomachenko puts his WBC franchise, WBA Super, WBO, and Ring Magazine title on the line versus the IBF champion, Teofimo Lopez, in a much anticipated matchup, a 50-50 fight in a lot of the boxing pundits' eyes. I can't wait for this fight this Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great and terrific matchup. You got both guys that are great boxers. You got both guys that have great footwork. I give the edge to Teofimo Lopez as far as athleticism. But it's not like Teofimo Lopez is some stiff. That guy is known as the Matrix as he moves around the ring, unlike any fighter we've seen in the history of the boxing, throwing punches from different angles. This guy is must-see TV, along with Teofimo Lopez, who have had a lot of highlight reel knockouts. Just go to YouTube and check out his top knockouts of his career. He hit one guy named Mendy, and this guy was froze there for about 5 seconds and then fell to the canvas face first. A devastating knockout. This guy hit another guy with a left hook like 3 or 4 times and had him sleep before he even hit the canvas in Magladona. And then he dug the shovel after he knocked him out and put him in the grave. Just call this guy the grave digger. Teofimo Lopez is a great young champion, and this should be a great and a hell of a matchup. Now, this fight is going to come down to one meaningful thing in this fight. There's a lot of things that's going to play out in this fight, but it's going to boil down to one main thing in this fight. And it's going to come down to, can Vasiliy Lomachenko take Teofimo Lopez's power? See, when you get to a elite level, Keith Thurman found this out when he started fighting top competition. He was knocking a lot of guys out. One time, knocking a whole lot of guys out. But when he started fighting the top fighters, the cream of the crop, those knockouts stopped coming. Those knockouts start evaporating. Those knockouts start disappearing. That happens with a lot of fighters. Sergey Kovalev is another great light heavyweight champion. Knocked a lot of guys out. But when he got to the top level and it was number 1 against number 2, when he fought Andre Ward showed that he could take that power. And he basically disarmed Sergey Kovalev and outboxed him and broke him down to the body, ended up stopping him in the rematch after beating him on a unanimous decision in the first fight after Sergey Kovalev dropped him early in that fight. And Andre Ward got back up, made an adjustment, and basically became the bully in that first fight. As you watch the second half of that fight, he basically became the bully as he was able to go inside, work the body. Sergey Kovalev didn't want no part of the inside game, didn't want no part of the body shots, and did a lot of holding. And Andre Ward basically cracked the code to Sergey Kovalev in that first fight, and he carried that out in the second fight, and he won that fight more convincingly than he did the first fight as he stopped the feared power puncher from Russia in Sergey Kovalev. And that's what this fight's going to come down to, ladies and gentlemen. Can Vasiliy Lomachenko take Teofimo Lopez's power? If he can, then it's going to be a long night for Teofimo Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Because despite the fact that Teofimo Lopez is a good boxer, very good boxer, he's implementing the Mayweather shoulder roll. The best I've seen since Mayweather, actually. I've seen other guys use the Mayweather shoulder roll, and they don't do a good job at it at all. I've seen Andre Berto use it in his fights, and didn't serve him well at all. I've seen Adrian Broner use the Mayweather shoulder roll, and it helped him out early in his career in a lot of his fights, but when he got in there with Marcus Maidana, and he tried that Mayweather shoulder roll, those wild looping shots that Maidana was throwing, that shoulder roll did not work. So Mayweather is the only guy that's got that Mayweather shoulder roll down to a science, and he should have it because his dad is the architect of the Mayweather shoulder roll, and his son is took it on and implemented in a lot of his fights, And to this day, no fighters have been able to crack that Mayweather shoulder roll, as he's able to basically get small in the middle of the ring, shoot that jab off, and basically make it almost an impossible target for his opponent to land any significant punches. So that's one thing Teofimo Lopez has, in my opinion, mastered the best out of all the other fighters that have tried to implement the Mayweather shoulder roll. He's a very good boxer, but he's not the boxer that Vasiliy Lomachenko is. They call this guy the Matrix for a reason, as this guy throws punches from different angles. He could be hitting you, and then he could be hitting you with a straight right, and then while you trying to recover, he could be stepping to your left and then hitting you with a check left hook. That guy is a beautiful boxer, beautiful footwork. And one thing I noticed about Vasiliy Lomachenko, especially as he's moved up in weight, we got to understand that Vasiliy Lomachenko is not a natural 135-pounder. He's basically 126, 130-pounder fighting at 135 pounds. And one thing about when he was fighting at those lower weights, this guy's defense was superb. He was just frustrating fighters. He made fighters quit because they just couldn't land any punches on him whatsoever. He made Regendahl quit, but he was able to just diagnose him and dissect his game, hit him with multiple punches, hit him from different angles, and then with Regendahl was trying to set traps and lay traps for Vasiliy Lomachenko. Vasiliy Lomachenko never fell in none of those traps, as he was able to just basically beat down and frustrate and basically make Regendahl wave the white flag and quit. And Gilbert Regendahl is a Olympian. It was undefeated going into that fight. It was on many people pound for pound list. And Lomachenko made him look like a journeyman. That's how great Lomachenko was that night when he fought Regendahl. And that fight there was at, I believe, 126 pounds. It might have been at 130 pounds, one of those two weight classes. But since he's moved up to 135, Vasiliy Lomachenko has had to change his game because he's fighting bigger guys. He can't really stay on the outside and use his athleticism and footwork and dance and throw punches from different angles and basically frustrate guys and just overwhelm guys with his volume of punches. When you're fighting bigger guys, you can't fight from a distance where they can, get their leverage together, land shots, and do damage to you. I think he learned that in the Jorge Linares fight. When he fought Linares, who was a very good boxer, very rangy boxer, a guy that's a very good combination puncher, good jab, a guy that's very technically sound. And he found out that in that fight that at times when he tried to fight at a controlled distance with Linares wasn't able to get off, set the jab up, and land his punches. So he found out in that fight, I got to get a little bit closer when I'm fighting guys that are naturally bigger than me. But when you do that, you're putting yourself in the lion's den. You're putting yourself in the fire. You're putting yourself in the danger zone. You're basically coming to rob somebody through the front door, and you're basically doing a kick door, coming in through the front door unannounced. And when you do that, it's a chance that you got somebody on the other side of that door waiting on you with a 45 ready to blow your lights out. And that's the danger zone that he's going to have to navigate through when he's fighting Teofimo Lopez. Because since he's moved up to 135 pounds, he's been getting hit more. People thinking that, he's getting a little older, he's getting hit more. It's not the age that's the reason why he's getting hit more. It's that he's moving up fighting naturally bigger guys, and he's got to fight a different style of fight. He can't fight from a distance fighting bigger guys because they'll just hit him. You just give them chances to get leverage on their punches and do damage to the smaller man. So you got to get inside those guys and do damage and break those guys down to the body and get your shots off. Because you're fighting bigger guys. Not only they're bigger guys, but they got longer reach than you. They're just naturally bigger than you. Bigger, longer reach, hit harder. So you've got to be able to navigate through there and kind of in your own form of fighting equal the playing field. And that's what Vasiliy Lomachenko is doing. He's fighting a little bit more aggressive. He's getting inside a little bit more. He's fighting close. He's trying to close the distance. He's going to the bottom. He's getting shots. He's getting short, accurate shots within a close range. And that's leaving him susceptible to getting caught with big shots by naturally bigger guys. And that's going to be the main dilemma in this fight for Vasiliy Lomachenko, because he's going to have to get close to Teofimo Lopez. The one thing that Teofimo Lopez don't have that the other guys he fought have is that Teofimo Lopez is basically the same size as Vasiliy Lomachenko. Those other guys not only were much bigger guys, much naturally bigger guys, but those guys were taller than Vasiliy Lomachenko. Vasiliy Lomachenko probably got to be around 5'5", somewhere in that range, 5'4", somewhere in that height-wise. He's fighting guys 5'10", 5'11", and those guys are naturally bigger. So he had to close the distance, get inside, and fight a close quarter fight to get his accurate shots off. And that's what he's going to be looking to do with Teofimo Lopez. But the advantage to that Vasiliy Lomachenko going to have with Teofimo Lopez that he didn't have in them other guys is that Teofimo Lopez is a shorter fighter. Teofimo Lopez is probably around 5'4", 5'5" his own self, so he don't have the height advantage that over Vasiliy Lomachenko the other guys at that weight class have over Vasiliy Lomachenko. So this is a very intriguing matchup, and it's going to boil down to can Vasiliy Lomachenko take his shots? Because I remember one thing that Andre Ward said in a Sergey Kovalev press conference. He said, I know you got power, but it's going to take much more than power to beat me. You know, that power got you a long ways, got you to this point, got you to being the number 1 or number 2 light heavyweight in the world. But to beat the other number 2 or number 1 heavyweight in the world, depending on the rankings, basically the top 2 guys fighting at that time was Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev. It's going to take much more than power. You're going to have to beat me with skill. You're going to have to beat me with ring IQ. You're going to have to want it more than me. You're going to have to try to bully me because I'm going to try to bully you. And that's what it's going to boil down to, ladies and gentlemen, especially for Teofimo Lopez, because this power has got him to this point. He's got highlight reel knockouts, ladies and gentlemen. But once he land those shots on Vasiliy Lomachenko and Vasiliy Lomachenko can't take it, then it'll be another highlight reel knockout for Teofimo Lopez. He'll be able to knock him out like he's knocked out all his opponents. But if he hits Vasiliy Lomachenko and Vasiliy Lomachenko don't go nowhere, Vasiliy Lomachenko gets knocked down like he got knocked down in that Linares fight, and he comes back and he makes an adjustment and comes stronger and changes up his game plan, what will Teofimo Lopez do then? Because he'll be in uncharted waters, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to make for an intriguing matchup, and I can't wait to see it. This fight could end early if Teofimo Lopez lands that right hand. The thing about Teofimo Lopez is he's got power in both hands, but his signature punch is the right hand, but he's got a great left hook. A great check left hook, and a great left hook to the body. He's got great footwork, very athletic, very fast hands, and he's a great counter puncher. And he punches with you, which makes him real dangerous, because you could be doing a good job landing your combination, and he decides to punch with you, and he hits harder than your shots. He's able to get you out of there. That's basically what it boiled down to when he fought Richard Comey, who was then the IBF lightweight champion. They both was throwing right hands, and his right hand got there harder and faster. And he was able to drop Richard Comey. Richard Comey was badly hurt. He got back up, but he was in bad shape. And he never quite got his gatherings. His equilibrium was all jacked up. And Teofimo Lopez jumped on him and stopped him. And did to Richard Comey what no other fighter had did to him, as he stopped him in the second round in devastating fashion. Richard Comey, only 2 fights that he lost prior to the Teofimo Lopez's were highly controversial decision losses to Robert Easter Jr. and to a guy over there from Eastern Europe. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a top fighter at the lightweight division. His name escapes me right now. So he had never actually been beaten soundly in a fight up until the point he fought Teofimo Lopez. This is a great matchup. If this fight goes long, or the longer this fight goes, the worse off it's going to be for Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, the worse off it's going to be, because Vasiliy Lomachenko is a guy that once he gets going, once he gets warmed up, once he gets your style of fighting down, he's like a computer that downloads information. He's first couple of rounds, he's dissecting you. He's trying to see how you react when I throw this shot. Or you gonna throw this shot, I back up, I counter this shot. How you react off the counter? I jab to the body. Once I jab you to the body, you kind of back up, or do you come forward? He dissecting all that. He downloading all that information. And once you get to round 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he's pretty much got your style of fighting down to a science, and he's basically countering everything you're doing and basically overwhelming you with volume of punches. So the longer this fight goes, the worse off it's going to be for Teofimo Lopez. If he can get this guy Vasiliy Lomachenko out early, and he's called for a first round knockout. Not him. I think his dad, his trainer, is called for a first round knockout. I think Teofimo Lopez said he don't see the fight going past 6 rounds. And he would be smart to really believe that and try to implement that game plan, because the longer this fight goes, again, the worse off it's going to be for Teofimo Lopez, because he's going against a wizard, a guy with a high boxing IQ. Now, Teofimo Lopez say, well, I got a high boxing IQ. I'm a smart fighter. He's a very smart fighter, especially for a guy as young as he is. I think he's like 22 years old. For a guy to be that young, he's a very smart fighter. But he's not. He's a guy that's he's going against a guy with a bachelor degree versus a guy with a doctorate degree. You know, your degree ain't the same as my degree. My degree is on another level. It's a little bit harder to get my degree than get your degree, and that's how I look at it with Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. He's got a smart IQ, a good ring IQ in Teofimo Lopez, but it's not on the level of a Vasiliy Lomachenko, who again is top 3 pound for pound in boxing. We'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires, man. But I think this fight is going to be a very, very intriguing matchup. I think Teofimo Lopez is going to catch Vasiliy Lomachenko. But what I think is going to happen is, but I don't think he's going to knock out Vasiliy Lomachenko. I think he's going to drop him inside the first 6 rounds. But I think Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to get up. He's not going to be, even if he is hurt, he's got enough experience to hold on and smother the punches thrown by Teofimo Lopez until he get his rhythm back and get his gatherings back, get his senses back, and he'll be able to slowly but surely start to attack Teofimo Lopez. He's going to try to get inside Lopez's right hands and check left hooks. And he's going to try to go to the body. He's going to try to really overwhelm Teofimo Lopez with his volume of punches. He's going to try to basically cut down Teofimo Lopez's time to think inside that square circle. He's going to be throwing so many punches. Usually when a guy throws a left hand, he throws the right hand, he's throwing them punches at a set pace, and you could be like, you can kind of think it, like, okay, he's trying to throw that right hand, or he's trying to set up the left hook. Let me do this, let me do that to counter that. But with Lomachenko, he throws those punches at such breakneck speed and with such much, you know, it's not like he's throwing hard punches, but he's just throwing those punches that's going to score and it's going to count, and it's going to count with the judges looking on. He's just throwing a lot of punches, and he's cutting down your time to think and your time to react, and then all of a sudden he's going to throw a hard punch in the midst of all those just little pitter-pat punches he's throwing, those punches that he's just looking to score on. He's gonna come back after throwing those bunches, those combinations, those scoring punches. He's gonna come with one hard punch, and it's gonna be a lot of them punches that you don't see, especially if you see you're not gonna, he can get it there without you seeing it. He's gonna come to it with a shot to the solar plexus, and those are shots that can drop you. So Teofimo Lopez has got to be very careful. He's got to be very smart in that ring, and he cannot get caught up in Lomachenko's style of fighting, because Lomachenko, like I said, is throwing those punches, and they're very amateurish, because that's why he never lost in the Olympics. He's a 2-time Olympian. It's very amateurish because it's scoring, but it's not devastating, but it's just keeping you occupied, and he's setting you up to throw a hard punch when you least expect it, and that's going to be the punch that's going to have a devastating effect on you that can possibly drop you and maybe stop you. Teofimo Lopez has got to be very, very aware of this situation, man. This is a great matchup. Very intriguing matchups, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you an in-depth analysis of this particular matchup, man. It's going down October 17th, MGM Conference Center in the Las Vegas bubble. Can't wait to see it. On cable. You ain't got to go to the pay-per-view and put your money up for this fight. This is on basic ESPN cable, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't got to go to a sports bar to watch this fight, man. This is a great big-time matchup, and I salute the promoter, Bob Arum, for getting this fight put on basic cable. Can't wait to see it this Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. But I think it's going, like I said, I think what's going to happen is, Teofimo Lopez is going to catch him with a shot early in this fight. He's going to drop Vasiliy Lomachenko. Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to get up. He's going to weather the storm, and he's going to slowly but surely start dissecting and dismantling Teofimo Lopez. At times in this fight, he's going to be making Teofimo Lopez look real bad in this fight. He's going to be hitting him with a lot of shots, man. He's going to be hitting him with a lot of shots. He's going to be doing the old Matrix, hitting him with a right hand. He's going to be throwing punches from different angles. He's going to be in front of him in one moment, then he's going to step to the side of him the next moment, and all the time he's going to be landing punches. This guy's going to be putting on a beautiful exhibition. He's very motivated to shut up Teofimo Lopez and his daddy, who have been talking a lot of trash before this fight. Been a lot of bravado on the side of Teofimo Lopez and his dad, who trains him. And it's ironic that Vasiliy Lomachenko is trained by his father also, but his father's very quiet. His father is a student of the game. His father's about teaching the boxing technique to his son, and his father's about staying out the spotlight. But Teofimo Lopez Sr., that guy is all about the camera. He ain't never met a mic he didn't want to talk into. That guy likes to talk. That guy likes to say that his son is the greatest thing since sliced bread, basically. He basically said his son is going to knock out Vasiliy Lomachenko. He said people going to be surprised how easy his son makes it look when he knocks out Vasiliy Lomachenko. So his dad is cashing the check. Man, his dad is talking a lot of trash. And his dad is writing the check, and his son is going to have to cash it. We're going to see what happens October 17th in Las Vegas, Nevada. But I think Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to get back up from the early knockdown. He's going to have times where he's going to be dominating the fight, but at times he's going to be still getting caught with those hard shots. And the hard shots is going to kind of make him a little bit less active than he usually is as far as throwing volume of punches. And during those times, I think Teofimo Lopez will be able to set that jab up. He's got a beautiful jab. He'll be able to throw the check left hook. He'll be able to go to the body. He'll be able to land combinations. The right hand, which is his signature punch. And I think he'll have his moments. I think Vasiliy Lomachenko probably will win more rounds, but I think the knockdown will make the fight real close. And I think the fight will be very, very close, and it'll go to a decision. But I think Teofimo Lopez will win a split decision, a highly controversial decision over Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez will win a highly controversial decision over Vasiliy Lomachenko. A lot of people be saying Vasiliy Lomachenko won the fight, even though he was knocked down. He won more rounds, and he dominated more portions of the fight than Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez will be looking at, I knocked him down. I won't be surprised if he knocks Vasiliy Lomachenko down twice. I won't be surprised if he knocks him down maybe in the second or third round, then knocks him down again in the fifth or the sixth round. But once we get toward the second half of the fight, that's round 7 through 12, I think Vasiliy Lomachenko will start implementing his game plan, and he'll start showing his dominance, and he'll start getting a beat on the fighting style of Teofimo Lopez, and he'll start taking over that fight, and he'll win majority of those rounds 7 through 12. But I think with the 10-8 rounds, multiple knockdown, that's gonna kind of put Vasiliy Lomachenko behind the 8 ball in this fight. He's pretty much gonna have to be perfect in the second half of that fight. I think Teofimo Lopez is able to steal a round or two, and then he gets the controversial decision win over Teofimo Lopez. Let me know what you think, who you like. Teofimo Lopez versus Vasiliy Lomachenko, October 17th, Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM Conference Center in the Las Vegas bubble. It's going down. Ain't going to be no fans there, but this is a highly entertaining fight, as all we need is those TV cameras rolling, the square circle, and them two guys in there battling it out, duking it out for supremacy in the lightweight division. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video. Let me know who you're picking and what round you think is going to be the victor in. If you think it's going to be a knockout by either fighter, let me know in the comment section. If you think it's going to be a decision, let me know. Pick a winner, Vasiliy Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.